about access, I mean, there's a couple again real life stories that we heard of or that we've been through that you may have had other people gone through, and hopefully you haven't. But the first is, are you secure from the outside? Are you having good cybersecurity solutions in place, firewalls in place, making it so people can't get to your box. A good example of my previous company that I was with, we had a bank of servers that we maintained for some people that ran their solution in the cloud. It was a cloud solution where it's still hardware maintained by us, and the solution was still had a true hardware component. And we found a couple things that made us rethink how we were doing that. But one of them was we noticed the box degradation dropped significantly, meaning something was chewing up the processing speed on the box. And what we found was a hacker was trying to hack into our SQL database as an administrator, and just putting a bot out there and pinging the login 50 times in a second and trying passwords to see if they could find any kind of usable password to get into the database. Certainly we shut that box off. We kind of stopped the connection, found a solution to make sure that we kind of secured up that hole so it couldn't happen again. But we did notice as we turned the box back on, a couple hours later, again, they were able to get through and try that again and continue to repeat it until we found, the hole that they were coming through. But, making sure that your access to your critical files is secure is a key portion of the puzzle, and making sure that no one can get through the back door. Because they might be using that backdoor to use your PC for a distribution site for malware as well. That's the other thing that they're possibly trying to do, let alone trying to find a point to cripple you to ask for a ransom for that case. The other one that we've seen is old employees have access, and either they maliciously take user IDs and passwords to cause problems after the fact because they're disgruntled, or they're maybe even just never cut off and they have an RDP session login, and they are using that to get into the server or to an RDP session, maybe for nothing more than to get old files, or maybe they're not trying to be malicious, but they're still having access, and that causes a hole that could cause something negative in the case. So making sure that those passwords and users are stripped away, and if they are disgruntled, you may want to go through a username access and password reconfig, depending on how big your organization is, but certainly a place to watch out for. Ransomware definitely spreads quickly. We noticed we had a client that we actually could see files being encrypted. It was just literally going file by file. I mean, it happens really fast, and you could just see it spawning through the server as that malware is hitting. So the more you can make sure that you're secured by good cybersecurity to keep malware out, obviously, is the mission that we're all a part of, or trying to hold